Hello and welcome to 6 Degrees of Feature Film. I am Mother, also known as Brienne, also known as Miss Movies.
And I am the glass that's about to break.
Sure.
Sure,
You can be
'cause
the
I'm
glass.
yeah, I'm because I'm fragile.
You are
I'm a
quite
fragile
fragile.
bird. Yeah. Also known as Stacey Howard, co-host of this show, Love of Your Life.
Definitely love of my life.
Definitely
For
that.
sure.
Absolutely 100. What are we doing today? What's the show? What's going on?
Here's what we're doing today. As we do with every show, we take one film and show how 6 other films link up to it in some random way, shape, or form. So if you've never seen it before, that's how it works. We're going to talk about 7 films in total. Stacy is probably going to do an impression of Rocky at the end.
Probs.
We always link it to Kevin Bacon,
Always.
and that pretty much sums up what's going to be happening today. But before we get started, we like to do what's called host chat, which is, hey, what's happening? But I want to know, we got a box from HBO because we did Mic Check Karaoke where we sang the instrumental theme to Curb Your Enthusiasm, and they found me and emailed me and sent us a box, and we kind of talked about that on our current Mic Check Karaoke, so you can check that out.
I just looked really creepy when I kept my face really still. But I was just trying to do the thing where you kind of pause for a bit to get like a good thumbnail photo.
Yes. One of the things they sent us in that swag bag is an HBO gift card. It's $100. It's $100.
That's great.
We're gonna be giving this away to someone.
Who?
Someone probably in our chat
Who?
today.
Who is the lucky person?
Should we wait till the end of the show?
Yes, we'll wait till
Okay,
the end.
we're gonna wait till the
Everybody has
end.
to watch till the whole end. Rocky impression, Ben
Yes.
talking. Everyone's got to pay attention until the Not yet, Ben.
They
Shut
always
up.
pay attention when I
No,
talk.
nope,
Not when
not.
you talk.
Turn your mic off. No,
No.
not allowed. Not yet. But we're talking films
Huh.
today. We're talking lots of movies, and then we'll reveal at the end. This
We
is
will.
an exciting day in our lives, in our podcast, in our
Mhm,
friendship,
mhm.
in
It
our
is.
family.
Oh, today is the 1-year mark of film therapy. What do
my
you
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
That is amazing.
That is, but you know what's hilarious is my guest had to cancel this week, so I
Oh,
have
no.
no film therapy tomorrow.
Can I brag on you
But-
for a second?
Oh,
though?
okay, sure. Of course.
As my friend, and as you guys know, Brian has been a fantastic advocate for mental health and mental wellness and sharing her own experiences and getting fantastic guests to come on to a wonderful show that she does called Film Therapy that is on this channel, our show together. This show
Yes.
is one show, but she has her other show, and it's fabulous and a great idea, and I'm so proud for you, and that's wonderful, and I love you.
Oh, thank you. I
I
love you.
love you.
Aw. So much love. Oh, I have
much
one
love.
thing I want us to do before we get
Okay.
started.
All right. What's this?
That's okay. So I get
Mad Libs.
Netflix in the mail still. I've been watching a
Old
lot
school.
of superhero films I don't want to watch.
Okay.
Like I watched Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3.
Mickey
I
Rourke
watched
was the
Thor.
bad guy.
I haven't seen these films. I'm catching up. Although I did like Thor. I will
liked
say.
the first Thor.
Iron Man
It's
with
fun.
2 is okay. 3, I was kind of like, okay, can this just be over at some point? I was like, I'm done with this villain. And then I have to watch Thor: The Dark World. I'm really just trying to do better at comic book movies on that stupid wheel that we do on the
forgot about Thor:
Schmodown.
The
And so
Dark
I was
World.
like, I should probably watch these things. I do this. I torture myself for this show. Anyways, so I get DVDs still in the mail.
Okay.
I pay for that service, and
Okay.
they have a Mad Libs. So let's do Mad Libs, and maybe you all can help us in the
Okay.
chat. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna need a noun. Here's some things I'm gonna need. A noun.
Here's some things. Remind me what a noun, adjective, and verb is.
A
Is
noun,
like a place,
person,
thing,
place, or
person.
thing.
Okay. An adjective
Okay.
is describing them, and a verb
Yes.
is like to do.
Yes, what you're doing. I
Action.
also need an exclamation, like "Hey," or something exciting, an excited word.
Fuck!
No,
Like that?
not like
No?
that. Or,
Dang it, we can't use that?
So let's go ahead and go with noun first.
Noun, a person, place, or thing.
We have some suggestions are coming in.
Okay, they have. I got apple. I got bird. Kneel, being a gentleman. A dog.
Any of those? Let's choose one.
Yarmulke.
Yarmulke. I don't know how to spell that, but I will go
Take a
with it.
guess.
I will
Okay.
go with it.
All
Okay.
right.
Doesn't matter. You guys aren't going to see my spelling. I need an exclamation. I'm going to give you a few things so you can go through it. Exclamation, a verb ending in ing, and a person's name. So we'll go through those three. Exclamation, verb ending in ing, and person's name.
An
Let's
exclamation.
definitely think of picking things from
Oh, I like
from here.
bollocks. Mary
Bollocks.
Bollocks. I like that. Brilliant. Brilliant, Mary. Brilliant. Bollocks.
Okay.
And you said a verb ending
Verb
in
ending in ing.
washing. Twerking. That's mine.
Twerking. Okay.
Mhm.
And a person's name. We should choose a name that's
Yes.
in our chat because that
Someone
would be
has
nice.
suggested a few names. Ben, what are some names people have suggested? Make yourself useful.
People have not suggested names.
I
Well,
saw
how
a
about
few
just
names.
their names?
Yarmouk.
Their
But
actual
I was
names.
That's
thinking we could-
Yarmulke.
That's Yarmulke?
Is that how you spell it?
I don't think that's how you spell it. I could be wrong.
Maybe.
Maybe it is. I don't know. We have Neil suggesting Charles. I think we should pick
Okay.
Laura.
Laura. Let's do it. Okay, here's the next few things I'm going to need.
Aaron suggested his own name. Thanks, Aaron.
Adjective, noun, and
did that.
person in room.
Person
So
in the
it's
room.
One of the three of us. Adjective, noun, person in the room, and a number. Adjective, noun, person in the room, number.
Precocious? Is that an adjective? Precocious?
Precocious, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chat should vote on the person in the room whose name we choose.
Yes.
Okay.
Chat. Who is the person in the room we should use?
Ben.
Okay, I need another noun.
Another noun.
Another noun.
Person, place, or thing.
This is going to take forever, by the way. Let's go through this a little bit more quickly after we get to our number. Otherwise, it's going to take way too long.
Person, place, or thing. Place. Someone come up with a place.
I'm going to do Stacy because that's what I see most.
Okay. All right. All right. A
Mhm,
place.
mhm.
Where's everyone from?
I'm going to do book for noun because I
Book?
see that.
Okay.
And
all
number.
right.
Last is number, and then we'll
Number.
go through the rest quickly.
Well, me and you know our lucky number is 16.
Okay.
So there we go.
All right.
I have gotten more votes than Stacy at this point. I would just like to point that out.
That's
Well,
literally
fine,
not
fine.
even
This is
true.
the only way you can win, Stacy. Preempting the game.
That is not even true.
You know what? There's another part where it says person's name. That's where your name is
Okay,
going.
fine.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Number 7, because that's suggested.
Scourge
What's in the box?
77.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's go with plural noun. Quickly.
Ladies.
Ladies. Okay. Regular noun.
South Dakota.
Arkansas is a proper noun. South Dakota is a proper noun.
Oh,
But
okay.
I guess, well,
Box.
cookies. That's a
Cookies.
good one. Good one.
Oh, good. Good.
Adjective.
Adjective. Another describing.
Mhm.
How would you describe me?
You could do a
Ben?
color. A color.
Obnoxious.
Obnoxious. Go with
Obnoxious.
obnoxious. I'm not obnoxious though.
We're almost done with this, guys. I promise. Oh, a color. Another color. I'm going
Yellow.
red. Yellow.
Yellow. Call me
verb.
Yellow. Slice. Someone said slice.
Oh, that's a verb.
Charles Smith. Thanks.
Type of food. We did cookies before.
Hummus.
Hummus? Sure.
Will hummus work?
Yes, it will. Part of the body. Let's
Keep it rated X, guys.
No.
This is an adult show.
Brain.
Finger.
Okay.
Foot.
Plural noun. Feet.
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 That's a thing, right? And then,
Are feet plural things? Yes.
Noun. Last one.
Mirror.
Spaceship.
Okay. Here we go, guys.
Okay.
We're done now.
All right.
I'm going to read it.
Okay.
This is the 89th annual Yarmulke Awards.
Whoa.
Bollocks! It's the awards show you've been twerking for all year. The Lauras. Oh, they're called the Lauras.
Oh,
that's
kinda
cute.
cute.
Okay. There are many precocious reasons to watch this year's book. Here are a few. Stacy is hosting, so you're guaranteed at least 16 good laughs. That's
Yeah.
right. You invested $7 to watch all the ladies nominated for Best Picture. That's money you could have spent on a brand new cookie. Okay. To admire all the obnoxious dresses on the yellow carpet and slice at the fashion disasters.
Slice those fashion disasters up.
You need an excuse to make hummus pie for your annual Ben's themed party.
Ben's
Okay,
themed?
okay.
Is it just overly lanky, tall things.
with
Maybe.
really poofy hair.
Real poofy hair.
You can't really tell if it's a Ben party or a David Tennant party.
Okay.
That's true. Or
Yeah.
a
Yes,
Sean
we know.
Gunn party.
Yes.
I'm gonna kill you one of these days.
I'm continuing
You
now.
literally look just like Sean
You
Gunn.
might lose a finger if you watch one more rerun of Chopped and Diners, Feet and Dives on the Mirror Network. The end.
All
that
right.
was kind of random.
That was
but
random, but it sounded lovely. I mean,
Okay.
hummus pies, Ben themed parties.
Sure. Okay, let's get into our actual show now.
Okay. All right. Oh, because we're talking about
So,
movies.
That we do.
Oh shit.
Yes, I'm
Oh my
sorry
God.
we went on that
spent
big
10
tangent.
minutes
We
On
did.
tangents
Let's
and
get to it. We're talking Mother.
Mother.
Came out September 15th, 2017. I'm going to say we're probably going to talk about this for anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. If you have not seen Mother and you are interested in seeing Mother, we're probably going to spoil it. So I
Props.
would say come back. Come back if you would like to
Come back.
hear us discuss other things.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So Mother is about a couple's relationship being tested when uninvited guests arrive at their home, disrupting their tranquil existence. Written and directed by Darren Aronofsky, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Javier Bardem, Michelle Pfeiffer, Ed Harris, as well as the Gleason brothers. The budget was $30 million. So far, the box office has only made $13.5 million.
It's only been out
and-
since the weekend, though, right?
Yes, last week was the first week, so
Was
it made
really
$8 million.
Only $30 million was the budget.
Yes,
That's really small for
for
well,
all
like
their
I
people.
mean, like you have a huge star like Jennifer Lawrence, one of the biggest stars in the world,
Well,
arguably
Javier
right now.
Bardem
Javier
as well.
Bardem.
I mean, huge stars.
Huge star. Michelle Pfeiffer,
Ed
Ed Harris. Come on,
Okay,
Donald
Okay,
Gleason.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
He's in Star
yeah.
Wars. Yeah.
So, I mean, but it's an independent film, and usually people will take that cut for those independent films.
That's true. That's true.
So,
They want that Oscar buzz.
Yeah.
They want that statue.
they
statue
do.
with chocolate
They
in
want
it.
that.
It's made out of chocolate, right?
Sure,
Yeah.
it could be. I'm
think
sure
so.
there is one for definitely.
Props.
But
props.
anyways, so my first reaction upon exiting the theater was this movie is my nightmare. Like I have nightmares where it's like kind of like claustrophobia nightmares where people won't
Oh.
leave or I can't get out of something.
Mhm.
So I was like, this really encompasses all things that I am terrified of.
Mhm.
Yes. What was your first reaction?
My first reaction, well, I guess we need to get into the themes and the, the metaphors and everything of the film, because throughout the movie, I didn't have any thoughts or connections to religion and the Bible at all.
Okay.
I literally thought it was about fame and artistry. And if you're,
Yes,
say a
that's what
poet
I would say.
or an actor or someone who is creating something great and everyone wants a piece of it and wants to take it from you and believes that
Correct.
they own it in some way if they're a fan of yours. So I didn't read into, the Adam and
Mhm.
Eve and,
Right.
Cain and Abel and all that stuff. I didn't read into the Bible analogy at all. And then I read an article and I was
Yes.
like, oh, that's what it is. Or what it
Right.
could be. What Aronofsky said it was.
I think it can obviously be more than one thing.
Right,
I
right.
mean, there's plenty of interpretations, but
Mhm.
yes, I did hear about like what he intended,
Mhm.
but I do feel like this is like the mind of a creative artist and what it's like to be a creator, which God is a creator.
Right.
So, I mean,
God is the poet, the creator,
Mhm.
and all of his subjects worship and love him. And they
Yep.
eventually, tear up Mother Earth and, kill each other, and they're violent, but he
Mhm.
wants us to be forgiven.
right.
And Mother Earth doesn't understand this and is like, no, you're
Yeah.
murderers.
Now, when Kristen Wiig is like
That was great. That cameo, I was like, Kristen fucking Wiig is in this? It was fabulous.
when she starts shooting people in the head, I was like,
Oh.
are these trolls?
She's-
Are these the trolls that were like
she's
killing the
capping.
trolls? We're blocking the trolls on Twitter.
She's capping
Is
trolls,
this
you
what
guys?
it is? Is
I
that
love
what's
it.
happening?
Taking them out. Bridesmaids herself. Oh, it was great. It was great. This was like her chance to be like a serious actress, but like she's
Mhm.
playing a publicist and she acts like every publicist I've ever met. Oh my God, it was great. We're so excited. Hal's coming. It's going to be fabulous. It's just like every publicist. I love it. She played it perfectly.
Mother was supposed to be called Day 6. Now, if it had been called Day 6, I think that the biblical allegory would have been more present
Right.
than the creative allegory.
Right. And
So that's just
and
my
I think
opinion.
it can be both, but I guess for me, because
Mhm.
I'm not a very religious person, my initial reaction was I didn't see that, but then I read
Mhm.
everything that it's supposed to be. So it's, he's God, she's Mother Earth. You've got, the original man, Adam. Ed Harris is coming
Mhm.
in. Michelle
Right.
Pfeiffer is sort of this like seductive kind of suspicious Eve is
Mhm.
coming in. You got Cain and Abel, the sons. One
Right.
murders the other. You've got all the worshipers coming in. I
Yes.
guess it's
And
Sodom
the
and Gomorrah or
crystal
something.
is the apple
Yeah,
of
the
the
apple.
tree
And Eve
that,
takes
that
it.
she breaks it.
She breaks it. She wasn't supposed to. It ruins
Mhm.
everything.
And God is pissed.
God is
The
mad.
poet is
Punishes.
pissed.
Doesn't like it.
He shuts them out of that room. He shuts everyone out of that room.
Shuts
He's like,
everybody out.
we're
Says,
shutting
nobody
this
gets
down.
it. You are. Oh yeah, because she wanted to create a paradise. She said. So then Adam and
Uh-huh.
Eve kicked out of paradise, you guys.
Mhm.
And it all makes sense once I read an article and it was laid out for me, but it didn't dawn on me when I was in the moment. To me, it was all about just like if
Right.
you're the creative aspect of it and how everyone wants to steal from you and be a part of your creation and say, I love this, and they feel ownership of it. And they're like,
Mhm.
but I'm a fan of yours. You've inspired me, and like
Yeah.
they feel entitled to what you have made
Mm.
and try and take it and ruin
Laura
it.
says, is Michelle Pfeiffer Eve or the snake? I think she's Eve.
That's what
But
I've
that's
read,
a
is that she's Eve.
that's a good question. I
That
was
is
like,
a
what
really
would
good
be the
question.
snake? Does the snake actually have to necessarily be there? The room itself could be the snake because you're not allowed to go there. But then that's like
I feel like the room is
kind
like
of the Garden of Evil.
the tree of
Eden.
knowledge or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. We could spend
I-
hours and
we
hours
could. We
looking
could.
into all this.
I want to say hey to Byron because he's new. So thanks for joining us.
Hi, Bart.
I and then the end is just like the apocalypse. Like everything just has to be burnt down.
Yeah, and it's like a 30-minute epic, um, complete and total fuck fest.
I
It's
think
crazy.
that's where you separate the men from the boys in the film industry. Like people who are really into movies and
Mhm.
love film will be able to make it through that third act.
Yeah.
Those that don't really like film like we do and just are there to, maybe just casually enjoy film.
Right. Just be like, well,
I don't think they're going to make it through that.
No.
Although yeah, I think that's when a lot of people have like walked out. Like the third act, they can't take it.
Yeah. I was literally like the entire third act. I couldn't
Mhm.
stop watching it because I was like, what is happening? What's gonna happen next? What bomb is gonna explode? Who's gonna walk
Mhm.
in? Who's gonna die or be eaten? Or what craziness is gonna go down? How is this gonna conclude?
Yeah, how is it going to conclude? And I want to know, how did you feel while watching it?
I felt disturbed. I
Mhm.
felt excited. I felt curious, and just my attention was so hyper focused the entire time. I was like, I sat there probably like this, like with bated breath. Like
Yes.
that was my feeling.
I have a similar feeling. Mine was just more tense. Like I felt like my fists were like,
Yeah,
this
you're
whole
like,
time. I'm like,
what's gonna happen?
I'm like, when is this ending? Because I gotta go. I know what's gonna happen to that baby. I need to just
It happened
is
to
it
the baby.
okay?
It happened to the
I was
baby.
like-
It happened, and I knew it.
but I felt like I had such a reaction, and you don't get those. Like a lot of movies, you just go and you watch, and that's it.
Yeah.
And this is a movie that you like experience, and I think
Yeah,
that's what
in one
separates
sitting.
it.
Then that's
Whether that's a good experience or a bad experience, you still
Right.
had such a reaction that you're like, yes or no, hard yes or hard no.
Yeah. And it's been so divisive.
Yeah, of course.
But I did read a statement that Darren Aronofsky said. This is really long, but
Go ahead.
okay, we're gonna
Keep
read it.
that
We're gonna
there.
read it here. I'm probably the worst person to read this because I'm gonna just not be hyper focused.
Okay.
Okay. It was a mad time to be alive. As the world population nears 8 billion, we face issues too serious to fathom. Ecosystems collapse as we witness extinction as an unprecedented rate. Migrant crises. Schizophrenic U.S. helps broker a landmark climate treaty and months later withdraws. Just basically talking about all the shit that's going on, which is a lot right now. Hubert Selby, the author of Requiem for a Dream, taught me that through staring into the darkest parts of ourselves is where we find the light. Mother begins as a chamber story about a marriage. At the center is a woman who is asked to give and give until she can give nothing more. Eventually, the chamber story can't contain the pressure boiling inside. It becomes something else which is hard to explain or describe. I can't fully pinpoint where this film all came from. Some came from the headlines we face every second of every day. Some came from the endless buzzing of notifications on our smartphones. Some came from living through the blackout of Hurricane Sandy in downtown Manhattan. Some came from my heart, some from my gut. Collectively, it's a recipe I won't ever be able to reproduce. But I do know this serving is best drunk in a single dose in a shot glass. Knock it back. Salute. So that, yeah, that basically sums up what he intended for the film. Was he knew people were gonna love it
Right.
or hate it. He did not care about their reaction. It just poured out of him. He wrote the script in 5 days.
Right.
It's,
The
yeah,
first drafts.
yeah, the first draft, yeah.
And I appreciate that studios are willing to go with him on this because we don't get to see something like this a lot.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the risk taking,
Mhm.
even if it's gonna lose money, maybe. And maybe it won't. Maybe like more people will see it or see it repeat times because they appreciate the art. But I I appreciate that we still have movies out there that will make us feel something, whether it's a good feeling or a bad feeling, you know. So
That's the whole point of it.
that is the whole point.
Otherwise, we're just numb. And what are we doing? Just like walking around?
Right.
No.
No,
We
don't
need
want
to
to
be
do that. I do want to
disturbed and
say
scared and
maybe
sad.
like one or two trivia things for this and then we'll move on.
Okay.
I liked this. It said due to the intense production, Jennifer Lawrence requested a Kardashian tent
Sounds
on
great.
set to help her relax. It consisted of gumballs, scented candles, and the TV series Keeping Up with the Kardashians playing on a loop. I don't know how
There you
true
go.
that is, but I like that idea.
I think it is true because I think I've seen her talk about it on talk show. Good for her.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What would be in your tent if you needed like a tranquil place to go? For
Probably Back to the Future on
Back to the
loop. I mean,
Future?
I love that movie.
There you go. Mine would be The Mummy.
Yes, we know.
It would be filled with Big League Chew instead of
Okay.
gumballs. Little Debbie cakes, cream soda,
Ooh,
fried
I'd have
chicken.
Bundaberg guava soda. That stuff is
Ooh.
good from Australia.
I
Fried
have
chicken, did you
not-
say?
Fried chicken. I'm from
okay.
the South. I like fried chicken.
All right.
Yeah. In
Perfect.
fact, I might go to KFC after this. I don't know. You don't ruin my life.
And Ben runs
Nothing.
your life?
No.
I guess Jennifer Lawrence and Darren Aronofsky
Do
started
I?
dating during production, which is kind of weird. He's
Yeah.
the age of Javier Bardem.
He is too old. And they even said it in the movie.
I know.
She
Well,
goes,
yeah.
they're so much older with
So
the
much
age
older.
gap.
So
I
much
love
older.
Michelle Pfeiffer in this movie, by the way. Her just like drunk, just like stumbling around the house. Like, can't you just put on something at least decent? She's so sassy. She's like how I want to be when I'm older. Just like a slightly drunk, but still looks really good. You know,
just doesn't care.
judgmental and doesn't give a fuck anymore.
All right. Let's move it to, let's link it to two other films. We're going to link it to movies that inspired or movies that took a chance. I don't know what exactly we want to say, how we want to say to link it.
Well, didn't we say
influences of the movie Mother?
Yeah.
Also, what's interesting, I saw another movie with an exclamation mark at the end this weekend called Leap with my kids.
What is that?
It's about two kids. It's an animated film. Two kids want to leave this orphanage because they're like in their teens and they're like, we're ready to leave and we don't like it here. And one wants to be a dancer in Paris. The other wants to be an inventor. So it was a nice little kids movie.
Good.
No.
That's good.
Came and went.
Okay.
And that's that. All right. So I went with Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby came out June 12th, 1968. Right now, if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch Rosemary's Baby for $0.
What?
So, hooray! Hooray!
Hooray.
This is about a young couple who move into an apartment only to be surrounded by peculiar neighbors and
Randall's
occurrences.
asking us, sorry, is Mother Talk still happening?
It is over. Mother Talk is over.
Randall,
Now
it's over.
into Rosemary's Baby. When the wife becomes mysteriously pregnant, paranoid over the safety of her unborn child begins to control her life. Directed by Roman Polanski, written by Ira Levin. Yeah. So I just watched this for the first time the other night because I saw that it was $0 on Amazon Prime, and I was
Nice,
like, "All right, I'm
nice.
gonna watch it." Starring Mia
There you
Farrow,
go.
Ruth Gordon, and John Cassavetes. Ruth Gordon won for Best Supporting Actress
Good for her.
for this film. It was also nominated for screenplay based on a previous work. The budget was 3.2 million and made 33.4 million at the box office. Mia Farrow's is really good in this film, and the way that she talks made me think like people used to talk with that kind of inflection that she has,
Mhm.
and now they don't. It's kind of like
Well,
I don't know what happened.
she has like it's that almost like old school Hollywood siren, very breathy
Mm-hmm.
voice. And today people have a really bad vocal fry and they
Mm-hmm.
go up on the end of their voice with like a Kardashian
I'm all about the
talk.
fry, and I love the
Vocal
fry.
fry. I heard the worst vocal fry of my life last night. I went to a show at UCB on Sunset,
Mm-hmm.
and the announcer was just like, if everyone could have their ticket out with the brightness turned up, that would be great. Show starts
Whew.
in 15. Jessica, do you have the tiles?
Okay.
So
All
yeah,
right, we're good. We got our vocal fry in
we
for
did.
our entire day.
But you're right. They used to have a more they were very purposeful when
Yes,
they talked.
precise tone.
Yes.
It kind of reminded me of the scene in The Parent Trap where there's the girl from California and the girl from Boston. The girl from Boston's trying to teach the girl from California how to speak when she goes to live in Boston.
Mhm.
And it's like can't, shan't, aunt.
Mhm.
And then it's can't, shan't,
Aunt.
aunt. And I'm like, oh man.
Good old Brits versus Americans. I love it.
So, Rosemary's Baby in the movie is born in June of 1966, which makes it six. What do you
Whoa.
know? What do you know? I
Well-
found as the movie was happening, there is a part where they like have a breast pump, and I was like, oh crap, breast pumps have come a long way because it looked like it was just a horn. I was like, you're gonna stick that horn onto your breast, and it's like that's how you do it. Like that was it. I mean, now it's less primitive than that. That looked pretty bad. I mean, I've done the hand pump, and that is no fun. But this one, it
I don't
really
know.
did just look
I've
like a bike
never-
horn, only larger.
The only breast pump experience I've ever had, and I say it experience, but it was not firsthand, was that scene in Neighbors. Was it Neighbors or Neighbors
Mm.
2, where she needs to be pumped, but
Don't know.
it's broken, so he has to milk her.
Okay.
That's
Oh
all
dear.
I know.
Oh dear.
That's all I know.
Oh
Did you
dear.
see Neighbors?
No. I saw the second one, but only I think the third act. So I need to catch up on Neighbors. It looks
think
like
it's the
something I
first
would
one.
like actually.
Yeah,
So
it's actually really good. I really laughed at it.
John Cassavetes reminded me in this movie of John Hamm. Like I feel like if we were to update this, John
Yeah.
Hamm would play that role. Like they look very similar.
Mhm.
They have a similar presence in how they
Mhm.
deliver lines. And I
Mhm.
thought, that could be interesting. They did remake Rosemary's Baby as like a miniseries with Patrick J. Adams in the John Cassavetes role. And I love Patrick J. Adams because I went to school with him. So that's why I love him so much. He's on
Cool.
Suits.
Cool.
And Zoe Saldana was
Mhm.
was Rosemary.
Mhm.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know if it's good or not, but I like those people.
Yeah.
I like who's involved.
Did anyone?
Rosemary's Baby was Stanley Kubrick's favorite movie, and it was voted the 10th scariest film of all time by Entertainment Weekly. Now, I didn't find it to be necessarily, I found it more of a thriller rather than a horror film, but I don't know. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's more disturbing than it is scary. I just think that it's the essence of a slow burn. We
Mhm.
want to truly terrify you with the what am I trying to say? Truly terrify you with what could be. Like you don't know what's
Yeah.
happening, but then once you realize it, you're like, no, 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 no. That's not no. Is it? Oh yeah.
And then the end kind of leaves it open in
Mhm.
a way,
Which I
and
like.
so I like open endings as well because then you can decide yourself.
Mhm.
and that makes me happy. But sometimes I do like the story to close. But
Mhm.
I appreciated the ending on this.
I like it too. I
There
like.
apparently is a TV movie that's like whatever happened to Rosemary's Baby
Wait, what? Made when?
in the 80s.
Ben.
Ben. Here's why Rosemary's Baby is an influence for Mother, aside from the baby aspect of it all. But if you look at the poster of Mother and if you look at the poster of Rosemary's Baby, they are exactly the same, except for like because her head is tilted and then it's the baby carriage for Rosemary's Baby,
Mhm.
but in Mother it's the house. So
Mhm.
there you go.
Now,
Yes.
there's a few posters I've seen. Oh,
What am I
sorry,
looking up?
Ben?
Whatever happened to Rosemary's
Christ on a
Baby?
cracker, Ben.
There's a Rosemary's Baby TV miniseries
Okay,
from the
no.
2014.
Are
No,
you
we already
listening?
talked about- no,
No.
I told you he doesn't listen. He doesn't do anything for the show.
I zoned out when we started talking about Mother because I didn't want to be spoiled.
Whatever happened to Rosemary's Baby?
Okay.
Look that up.
That's a TV movie. The title of it is
Yes.
called "Whatever Happened to Rosemary's Baby."
Yes. Okay. Anyways, Rosemary's Baby, guys.
Yeah.
It's shot beautifully. I recommend it.
All right.
Your turn.
Okay, so I went with Black Swan, another Darren
Mhm.
Aronofsky film. Came out in
Yes.
2010. This is one of my favorite movies from this year. A, it's a dance movie, and we
Yes.
love dance movies.
We do.
B, I love thrillers. I love
Mhm.
dark, intense, disturbing movies, and that's what this is. Again, that great slow burn, a slow spiral into madness is
Yes.
fantastic. A committed dancer wins the lead role in a production of Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, only to find herself
Tchaikovsky's.
Sure. Only to find herself struggling to maintain her sanity. The film stars Natalie Portman, Mila Kunis, Vincent Castle, Barbara Hershey. Barbara Hershey, where has she been since Beaches?
Here now.
Here. Good for her.
She was in The Natural.
What's the
Sorry,
natural?
Ben. What?
Look What's Happened to Rosemary's Baby came out in 1976.
1976.
I'd also like to point out I Googled Rosemary's Baby TV movie. That was my first Google. And it
And-
sent me to the 2014 miniseries.
Yes.
That was
Correct.
the issue. It's when I knew the name that I could find it.
Sure, Ben.
Mhm,
Sure.
mhm. Yep.
It was nominated. Winona Ryder is in this too, making a great comeback in this, and
Mhm.
now she's on Stranger Things, and she's been given another chance, and I love it. Won Oscar. It won the Oscar for Best Actress for Natalie. It was also nominated for Best Film, Best Directing, and Best Cinematography and Editing. So it got a lot of nominations that year. Only one for Natalie Portman. I really think she deserved it though. 'Cause
Yeah.
she worked super hard on this.
She
film.
paid for her own like training for
Yeah.
ballet,
Mhm.
which I'm sure she had like ballet before this, but
Mhm.
for over a year
Mhm.
just to get ready for the movie
Yeah.
and lost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Just for-
She is the petite little tiny thing she is, and she was like, "Boop, I'm gonna get smaller." No, that's crazy. That's
I wouldn't
crazy.
do it. I'd be like, give me a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I can't handle this.
Yeah, no. Send me
Mhm.
to my the Mummy fried chicken tent because that sounds great to me. Not this. She also like broke a rib during this. It had all kinds of injuries, but they couldn't afford a
Right.
medic, and so she was like, "Take away my trailer, then We'll pay for the medic some other way. Just take away all these amenities that I have."
I appreciate that she will, if she believes in something, will make sacrifices
Yeah.
to make it so that we get what we need. Because I'm sure she's not the only one that needed a medic.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that were having
Oh, yeah.
issues because
Mhm.
when you put dance together, it's just gonna happen.
And they used a lot of great real dancers in the film. And I know
Mhm.
Mila Kunis is like a classically trained ballerina as well. Now they were friends in real life when
Mhm.
they accepted this role. And Aronofsky tried to do this thing where he would pit them against each other, like behind the scenes,
Sure.
so that they would have tension. But so he'd like send them both text messages like, "Mila did so fantastic today. You need to step up your game tomorrow." But then again, they're friends, so they're like
Yeah.
at dinner getting the same text message, and they're like, "Come on, Darren." And so it like backfired on him. They're like, "Yeah, whatever." It's kind of like when people try and do things with us. And then
Yeah.
we'll literally send each other screenshots and be like, have you gotten this message from
Yeah.
this person? Have you
Yeah,
sent
we're not
this?"
gonna do that.
No, that's not gonna happen. It's so funny.
It is funny. We know everything.
We know
Everything.
everything that's happening.
And if
with
we don't want to do
everything.
your shit, we're not going
We're not
to.
gonna do it.
Nope.
We're doing ourselves and we're supporting each other always.
That's right.
That's right. Ah. Let's see.
I don't know about doing ourselves, but
They're
I
doing
mean,
themselves, guys.
All right, I've lost it.
Yeah.
There you
hold
go.
on, wait. Oh, I do have something, and it's funny we were just talking about voices because Natalie Portman stated that one of the biggest challenges of the film, besides dancing and training, was changing her voice. So throughout her career, directors, producers, agents, everyone has told her you have a childish voice and you need to sound it deeper and more adult-like.
Interesting.
And so she's worked on that for her whole career. So then when Aronofsky booked her for this, he was like, no, she's very sweet and innocent and childlike. You need to backtrack and forget all of your training. You need to go back to your natural voice. And so she was like, I need to revert back to my old ways. And it was the biggest challenge for her, she said.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Gary Oldman's talked about that too, where he's had training for so many films and he's tried to do so many different accents that when he has to go back to just his normal accent,
He's like, I can't.
He's like,
I
forgot it. And so he had to have lessons to go back to what his real accent is.
Makes complete sense.
Yeah. That's the life of an actor, man. So there you go. That's Black Swan.
I like it.
Yeah.
So we went from Mother, then we linked it to influences of Mother, and we did Black Swan, as well as Rosemary's Baby. Off of Rosemary's Baby, I'm going to link it to something, and I'm going to present a film. Stacy doesn't know my link.
I don't.
Once I reveal it, if in the chat you could give her some suggestions of movies that include my link, so that way she has something to talk about because she has to come up with it on the fly. So my link is movies that have a character that is pregnant.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So I'm going to go with The Women. The Women came out September 12th, 2008. It is about a wealthy New Yorker who wrestles with the decision to leave her cheating husband as she and her friends discover that women really can have it all. I hate this description.
Yeah.
Hate it. This is also a remake.
Women can have it all. It's like, do you mean live? Do you mean they can live
I mean,
their
why are you
lives?
telling us things we already know?
Yeah. Do you mean like having a family and a career and like things that every other person does in the world? Half the people in the world do?
They could have just ended it there. Like a woman is wrestling with deciding if she's going to leave her husband and, has her friends to support her and their stories also. Because it's not just about the one character, but mainly it is. And the rest kind of support that character.
Right.
There's a few different characters. Deborah Messing's character is the one that is pregnant throughout the film. She has like 6 kids. And what I appreciate about this film specifically is that there is only one male character the entire film. Have you seen this?
I have. I love The Women. Well, no, let me rephrase that. I like The Women.
Okay.
I wish it would have been a little more real.
Yes.
Because I feel like we didn't have enough time with each character to really delve in. So it was a little stereotypy.
Yet it was still long.
Yeah. It was
so
a
that
long,
was
film.
It's a long film.
It goes through the cycle of a year, right? I think.
It does.
Something like that. Yeah.
I appreciate that all extras are women. Like there are no men in this movie. You hear about them. You don't hear their voices, but you hear about things that they have said. And you only see women.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, except for there's one character that is a man. And if you haven't seen The Women, I'm not going to spoil that for you because that's a reveal. Anyways. So yeah, Deborah Messing's character is the pregnant lady, and I always appreciate when they show going through labor because I feel like that is in no way and any way what it really looks like. But thank you for trying. I mean, they give it a good go.
I feel like every movie tries to give it a good go, but labor is hours and a day long
and disgusting and none of this breathing.
Yeah.
You can't have 20 people in your room with you.
Yeah, they were all in there. I'm like, no, get out of it. They're not allowed.
You got one person.
Yeah.
And maybe a doula.
What's a doula?
A doula is kind of like a coach. So you have the nurse, your significant other, and a doula. That's like pretty much the only thing allowed. And a doula is going to be like, don't listen to your husband or your significant other. Listen to me. I'm going to calm you down. We're going to get through this.
If and when I have children, will you be my doula?
Sure.
Good.
Okay.
Is that like medulla oblongata? Is that where that comes from?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
No relation.
Maybe.
No.
Dang it! I thought I was being real smart there. All right, that's fine.
So, anyways, some of the ladies that are starring in this film, aside from Deborah Messing, are Meg Ryan, Annette Bening, Eva Mendes, Deborah Messing, Jada Pinkett Smith, Carrie Fisher, Cloris Leachman, Debbie Mazar, Bette Midler, and Candice Bergen. So it is stacked.
I really like
It
Bette
is
Midler's
stacked.
cameo in this film.
Mm-hmm. 16 million was the budget, and it made 50 million at the box office. And that's pretty much all I'm going to tell you about the women, because we don't need to go on all day about it.
No,
But
it's a good little film.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
So, movie with someone that's pregnant.
Oh gosh,
In-
my initial thought was Juno,
Okay.
which I don't know if we've talked about.
I don't think we have.
Okay, I could go Juno. I see Knocked Up.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Heart is. Fuck yes, I'm talking Where the Heart is. Thank you, Janine. Baby girl, that is one of the greatest. Is it not a made-for-TV Lifetime movie?
It could have been.
I think it is.
Natalie Portman, once
Natalie
again.
Portman, yes. Also,
Ashley Judd.
Mhm.
Walmart.
Channing. Walmart. Oh my God. The Walmart baby. Oh, I'm really glad you said this, Janine. Yes. Okay, here's the story of Where the Heart is from what I remember. It's been a few years since I've seen it. A young girl is pregnant with this guy's baby. He leaves her in a Walmart. She gives birth, is found, and is kind of taken in by this town. There's a couple that are like, sweet girl, baby, get in here. We're going to help you out because you clearly have no one.
Mm-hmm.
So she is now raising this baby as a single mother off the charity of this sweet couple. She is trying to educate herself and become better. There's a tornado that happens. The couple dies, leaves her everything. So then she has a little bit of money now.
I don't remember
herself.
that part.
She becomes a soccer training died from a tornado,
Oh,
you guys.
man.
It's really sad. It's real sad. So then she becomes a photographer, and she has this guy that clearly does love her.
Wait, who played that?
Oh God, what's the guy? He's in True Blood.
Ben.
Yeah, Ben. Who played? What's his name? Mooney.
I finally realized that we need to
he has like a weird name.
Scoot over a little.
We probably should. We're not framed well today.
Sorry.
Ben, what's the cast of Where the Heart is? Who played Mooney or oh God, what's his name? I forgot. But I know he's in True Blood for like a season, and he was really good in True Blood. And so then she eventually finds love with him, and her baby's name is Americus. I remember that. So basically it's a story of and Ashley Judd's character it's all about domestic violence too. Ashley Judd's character has a husband who beats her. She eventually leaves him, has a bunch of kids, and finds a nice man, marries him. So it's one of those lifetime movies where it's about women and their struggles, whether you're a single mom or dealing with domestic abuse. And there's like some guy loses his legs. He got run over by a train. I forgot everything.
America's name. You remember a lot. I don't remember. I remember Walmart and her giving birth, and that's pretty much it.
Yes, America's Nation. That's right.
Ben's got it.
Ben.
You don't mean Forney, do you?
Yes,
Forney. Yeah, what's his name?
Okay,
what's
his name is James Frayne.
James Frayne.
I don't see him being. Oh, he wasn't True, but it was a while ago though. Yeah, he's in a lot of things though.
Yeah,
he was in Grimm. He's in
James.
True Detective.
His first name?
Yeah,
James Frayne.
James Frayne.
Yeah, James Frayne. He was in Tron Legacy apparently, or from Black. There's a lot of things.
Yeah. You'd recognize him the second you see him.
I'm sure.
Okay. And then yes, so it's about women struggling with their lives, but ultimately triumphing and finding love and success and friendship and supporting each other.
Is triumphing a word?
Yes. Triumphing. It's a word. But yeah, if it's not a Lifetime movie, it should have been, because it has that vibe. And yeah, Where the Heart is.
I love it.
Oh, and the boyfriend that leaves her in the Walmart, he eventually becomes a country singer, and he sings a song, and it's called Where the Heart Is, and that's what the film title is based off. But I forget how it goes, but it's like, there's a house do where the heart is, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so we went
My
from
ear sticks out a little bit.
We went from
Thanks, Janine.
Mother.
I'm really glad you said
then we linked it to influences of Mother with Black Swan, as well as Rosemary's Baby. Off of Rosemary's Baby, we went to movies that have a pregnant character with the women, as well as Where the Heart Is. And now we're going off of Black Swan.
Off of Black Swan, I am going with movies where a character has a mental breakdown.
Okay.
And my pick is something that...
Give me your ideas.
Give me your ideas, guys. Give her. She needs help. It's something that I feel like we haven't talked about, but we probably should have at this point. Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood.
Oh, okay.
This podcast today is all about women, and I'm really
Hold
into
on.
it.
James Garner, Ellen Burstyn are the parents.
Yes.
Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
And don't know the other one.
So they're the older versions. It's James Garner and Ellen Burstyn, and Sandra Bullock is their daughter, and they have a few kids. Now, the younger versions of these people are Ashley Judd plays Ellen Burstyn as a younger woman.
Okay.
And she has all of her friends, and they're growing up in the 50s and 60s. They're teenagers having young love. They lost people in the war. They've got they all, grow up and get married and have kids. And so the older women version of themselves is now dealing with Sandra Bullock's, was a child, now grown up version of herself. She's written a play about her mother, and it's basically bringing up all this old wounds, of the past. How her mother was an alcoholic and a pill popper, and how no one knew how to deal with stress and mental health issues back in the day. So they tried to solve it with drugs, and how it eventually led to her having a breakdown, and how it affected Sandra Bullock as a child, and then now as an adult, you see. So they eventually come to terms with everything, talk about everything, the truth about everything, and not just, well, I was a kid, I don't really remember. I just remember, the feeling. And reveals happen, and it shows about generations of women and how they heal themselves through friendship and love and mother-daughter relationships.
I've seen it once, and I don't remember too much about it, but I know it was a book.
It was a book. I remember it being around the same time as Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. So
could also be around the same time as Where the Heart Is.
Probably.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. The boyfriend or the guy that they like in that is a neighbor. What do you know?
Around here?
Yeah.
Well, let's go to his house. Let's go egg his house.
Nah, let's not. All right. I'm gonna go off of that then. Unless you had more you want to say. So.
Do I have it? No, they didn't have any trivia, but it's got. I do want to say everyone that was in it though: Sandra Bullock, Ellen Burstyn, Fionnuala Flanagan, James Garner, Cherry Jones, Ashley Judd, Shirley Knight, Maggie Smith. This is packed, you guys. Okay.
Okay. So off of characters that have a mental breakdown, I'm gonna go to What About Bob, which I don't think we've discussed on this show. Have you seen What About Bob?
No. Okay. But I've heard that I need to see
so great. It's so great. Starring Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss as the main characters. Also Charlie Cruzmo as Richard Dreyfuss's son. He was in Hook, and he was also in Can't Hardly Wait.
Whoa.
He's in this film, and it's basically like Bob Wiley is the patient who all of the therapists are like, or psychologists or whatever, like, nope.
What is buzzing?
It's Ben. So all of his doctors are like, I can't take this guy. I have to push him off to someone else. And he ends up with Richard Dreyfuss, and Richard Dreyfuss is his psychiatrist. And basically, as soon as he meets him, he gives him his book, which is called Baby Steps. That he wrote this book, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to be gone for on vacation for I think a month or something. I'm going to be gone." And so he's like, "Wait, but we're just starting." And then he finds him on vacation, and it gets crazy. And then Richard Dreyfuss is like, I can't do this. And it's just the slow descent of Richard Dreyfuss's character, but it's hilarious because it's a comedy.
He has the mental breakdown.
Yes, Richard Dreyfuss does.
Nice.
So I don't want to say too much for those that also have not seen What About Bob. It is a delightful comedy. It will make you probably. You're gonna decide, like, am I on the side of Richard Dreyfuss or am I on the side of Bill Murray?
I'm probably on the side of Bill Murray,
you're gonna figure it out throughout the story, and you're gonna be like, "Whoa, okay, not sure I knew where that was going," but yeah, I recommend it. I know a lot about that film too. That's one that I could tell you pretty much all the beats and all the points, but like I said, I feel like it's something that you should experience because I think it holds up. I mean, aside from him being on like
I'm gonna watch it.
a telephone in like the city when they used to have telephones that you could just put your money in, which you don't do that
I
anymore.
miss payphones. I remember I tried to use one once and I literally couldn't figure it out. So I asked a stranger on the street. I said, "Can I use your cell phone? I cannot figure out this payphone situation." Yep.
So there you have it. We went from Mother, then we linked it to movies that influenced Mother with Black Swan, as well as Rosemary's Baby. Off of Rosemary's Baby, we linked it to movies where there is a pregnant character with the women, as well as Where the Heart Is. And off of Black Swan, we linked it to movies where a character has a mental breakdown with Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood, as well as What About Bob? 7 films, kids.
Wow.
Seven films. We did it. We made it.
Great.
We made it. At the beginning of the episode, I said, we have this card from HBO because they sent us a box because we sang the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song, the instrumental theme song. And it's $100. And I'm going to be giving this to someone that's here. And it's going to be Randall Sands.
What?
Wait, Randall Sands, who's here every single week.
What a fan.
Helping us out when he can.
What a guy.
Giving us his HBO password when he can.
What?
So I figured maybe he needs this. Maybe he needs this.
You don't use your parents?
You know what? I did. I needed to see Barbed Wire.
Okay.
So there you go.
There you go. Randall, you get it, baby.
So Randall, I will scratch that off gently with a coin and screenshot it to you so you can use it.
We're not gonna go deliver it to his house. We don't
No,
get a
I can
slumber
just
party
do
at
it.
Randall's house.
Well, I could probably just screenshot it.
Sure, no, I bet you could.
I mean, he's
meant,
a little
let's
far.
go have a party at Randall's house. I bet his parents are away.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a rager. We're gonna invite all 12 of our fans.
Why are you like this?
Why am I like this? Well, it's an existential crisis of mother-daughter relationships, lack of parenting.
So we're just going full melodrama here.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. Then we don't have time for this in the show.
Okay,
okay.
all right.
Next episode.
We're gonna close it up. Let's link it to Kevin Bacon. Do you have a scene for Rocky from Mother for us?
I don't. I did bring a scene from Mother because there's not a lot of dialogue in it, to be honest.
There's not too much dialogue.
Let me look at Michelle Pfeiffer's stuff though, because she actually says some one-liners that would make sense.
Okay.
So
while you are doing that, I will do. We'll link it to Kevin Bacon, but it's going to be super short. So I don't know how you're going to get this in time. I don't know how you're not going to. I don't. Anyways,
Mother.
Kevin Bacon was in X-Men First Class with Jennifer Lawrence, who's in Mother. He is also in Apollo 13 with Ed Harris, who is in Mother. And now. We're going to ask, would it be better with Rocky? Would Mother be better with Sylvester Stallone as Rocky as woman?
As Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, her character is
as
woman.
Eve, woman. It's listed as woman, but so I mean she is Eve because she's the original woman.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. I know what it's like when you're just starting out and you think you have all the time in the world, and you're not gonna be young forever, okay? Have kids. Then you'll be creating something together. This is just all it's setting. Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
I appreciate it every time.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I do.
That's good because I feel a little bit silly every time I do it, but then I feel like I can't not do it anymore because it's like my thing.
It is,
and I feel like I won't be anything without
it. Thank you all for joining us this week, Stacey. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stacey O Howard. No E, no I, just Y in Stacey.
Very nice. Very nice. You can find me all day, every day on Twitter at Miss Movies. Instagram is _movies.
You get those to be the same thing.
They're not. They're never going to be the same thing, and that's okay.
That's okay.
All right. We will see you all next time. No film therapy tomorrow because my guest had to cancel. So I will see you next week. Bye. 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 Bye.